And IG right now starting on the blue side here. Want to make that run possible with LGD fighting for their life in the quarterfinals. They'll be on the red side, and they're already banning away some of Rookie's champions with Ning's preferred jungle pick in the past two.
And it is interesting to see some of these bans coming out, like the Renekton, for example. I assume the Shy will be happy to play into Longxing's Renekton. You know, we've seen the Quinn from him into that matchup previously. We actually saw it against LGD, so I thought we'd go back towards something along those lines, but not wanting to give that one over. Ash and Caitlyn both banned away on that bottom side. This does leave open Kalista, which has been Puff's most favored in situations like this.
And as we know, it's a great flex for IG that they've played around before, because the Shy still plays this heavily in solo queue. But do they want to open up game one with this against LGD? Remember, Kramer has also opted in for this too. And there it is, stolen away and given as a flex to IG.
And this is pretty much standard for IG. They'll usually pick AD carry, then go into that support and jungle when they're on blue side. LGD, though, we'll have to see what they decide to answer with. Xie's Twisted Fate has been banned away consistently in their game against WE. It's got a crazy high ban rate against them as well at 59% of their games. So Xie is delighted to get his hands on this pick.
He didn't see it at all in that WE series. So now, here we go. The first pick returns of TF and Kramer's AD carry being looked at as the Ezreal.
And this basically says, okay, LGD, we're playing through topside. We're going to look to punish the Shy. When you've got the Twisted Fate here, you want to start enabling one of your side lanes. With that Ezreal on the bottom side, LGD tend to forego bottom advantage and move instead towards that top lane.
But an early Silas Dagger, I mean, we might be showing the cards that the Shy could be forfeiting the Kalista. Could also go mid to Rookie, so we'll wait and see.
It'll more than likely be going mid. You've got at least a lane matchup where you can try and neutralize a little bit with the push.
True.
Plus, you've got that ult that you can steal away to move along with them. So it's trying to work against Xie. It's a counter that we've seen, well, not so much a counter, but definitely a matchup that we've seen come out a couple of times now.
Now that Mark's back in, I mean, we know Mark as a support. He's been playing all split bar one individual game and the last playoff series against WE. Engaged champions on the menu.
And this is kind of just more LGD going, right, well, we would love to go for something that would have a bit more impact if we can get out on the roam, like something like the Bard for Mark. But in this bottom lane matchup with a Kalista and a Nautilus, they are so damn aggressive that you need something that can be tanky enough to provide that front line, and Leona is the go-to in that situation.
But now we need a couple more solo laners on the Rift. Still don't know exactly if that Kalista's down bot, but I like the perseverance that we expect to see to Puff as what we're going against. The Volley Bear ban, because the Shy, if he is going on something like that, has been playing it a lot in solo queue too.
Now, one of the things that we've seen a lot of the times from compositions that run something like the Ezreal in the bottom lane, Twisted Fate mid, is something like a Camille in the top lane. Longxing plays a lot of Camille in solo queue, so be curious to see if that's the game plan that they're going with here, and play off through a side lane, try and kill off the Shy a couple of times with this three-man unit of Xie, Peanut, and Longxing, and then just try and drive home through a side lane.
And I know our audience will hear us talk a lot about solo queue, but remember, when these players are getting towards playoffs, it's very much a testament as to what they're preparing to play, what they're preparing to match their opponents with. LGD have been preparing for this one, and they say, no, the Shy will not play Lucian up in the top lane, which is very much a respect ban towards the top laner of IG. But one jungle ban already taken away, and the Jace ban by IG, not something you say every day.
It's definitely so, especially after Longxing's performance. They're a little bit worried about maybe something like this poke composition coming through, especially with Peanut Nidalee left up. He has a 50% ban rate on this champ and 67% win rate. He has been so damn strong whenever he gets his hands on this champion.
So, Nidalee for Peanut, the early game successor. Ning? Question.
So right now, IG are trying to set up for a strong mid-game composition. All right. So what they really want to do is have something that can spike pretty hard alongside the spikes from Kalista and also from the Silas. So at least the Kindred, you can go towards the Warrior Enchantment plus that Black Cleaver.
This is his first game. This is his first game. He's literally taking it away from Peanut. This is his first game in the 2020 summer split of playing Kindred.
The only thing is, though, Peanut has a much faster clear than this Kindred. Kindred actually is relatively slow when we think of the grand scheme of things like Graves, but having this Nidalee means that Peanut can go for a full clear into these early ganks. And there's that Camille that we were talking about. So we want to see Xie and Peanut playing heavily through this top side. And with the Shy on something like this Kennen, you don't have many escape options. So I love the draft that LGD have gone for here. I think they look amazing. Ladies
and gentlemen, welcome to our second quarterfinal here of the LPL 2020 Summer Split. It's LGD versus IG. IG are guaranteed for regionals, but want to make that run, of course. LGD have to beat Invictus Gaming to have a chance at going to Worlds and hitting that championship trophy here in the LPL. Also, we talked about Ning coming onto Summoner's Rift in Game 1 with his first Kindred game. Puff to confirm with the Callista because we really charged into this first game. But we have 8 out of 10 players on Summoner's Rift right now who have gone to Worlds. Some of them who have won Worlds. Also, MSI champion in Peanut. Let's not forget, MSI runner-up in Peanut as well.
Worlds runner-up in Peanut
Worlds
as well.
runner-up in Peanut, right? So we have a lot of experience on Summoner's Rift, and we're expecting this one to be a bit of a blaster. While we have Puff and Mark experiencing that edge to head towards playoffs, as Rookie gets a really nice trade, but will be sent packing by Xie. But the auto not enough in the end. Corrupting Potion used. It is going to be experience versus experience in our LGD IG series.
So off the bat, I love the LGD composition. I think they've got a really nice setup here. I think they've got a strong way of playing through this top side as well. And if they can have this early game go in their favor, where they can have Xie moving up towards that top side off of these early Destinies or even early roams that he can get against Rookie on this Silas matchup, I give the edge to LGD. However, it's a lot riding on Xie and how impactful his Destinies can be come this level 6 match.
Because it does feel like if we talk about IG's draft in comparison, a lot around these objectives, skirmishing with the Callista and what Rookie can add, plus the Shy, you know, slicing Maelstrom on his cannon is going to be pretty big. And against LGD, it'll be tough to fight IG around these points in the map. Let's not forget, LGD very important again. 2016 spring was the last time they made playoffs. The Marin roster, you know, Acorn alongside. It was a long time ago. Now finally LGD are returning to form since their stint also in 2015 as well.
It's been a long time since we've seen LGD looking this good, and it then begs the question, is it a case of just again giving those fans a little bit of false hope, or is it actually a team that we can rejoice in? And when we look at the caliber of the players that they brought in, the way that LGD has been looking to execute, I'm certainly feeling that hope alongside the fans that LGD just might be able to do it here against Invictus Gaming.
As Ning walks towards mid. Going to be spotted on a ward, though. We might already be doing it here. Dagda, but Xie getting low gold cards there. Ning flashes forward, forced out. Peanut runs on in as well. Versus 2. Peanut a bit too far forward in the spear. Dodged by Ning. The Creep's doing it. And IG, that would be a very Invictus way to start.
10 health on Ning. This was the action that I wanted to see coming in early. We said Ning and Peanut love to get aggressive in the early lane phase and opening up opportunities for both their solo laners. Well, already we can see that, and the mid lane is where they want to focus. Getting that teleport out of Xie is actually fantastic at these early stages, because Twisted Fate as a champion wants to be able to push out this lane super aggressively when he hits that level 5, about the 5.5 minute mark, and then back TP into lane with full health bar, but it won't be able to do that now.
Peanut sending in the javelin toss. We've got fighting again in the bottom side. Puff kiting back, but Peanut low with the ignite, flashes forward. Balan's like, it's going to be me or you, brother, or maybe both. Hit one more time. Peanut walks in, takes the kill, and laughs in his face.
What is going on? We've had so low health bars in both these plays. Peanut just scraping out of there. Nice flash from Mark to shut things down, but that's what we see from Baolan a lot. He likes to be aggressive. He sees blood in his eyes, but is unable to put blood onto that big ol' ankle.
And look at this wave. At the very least, Puff survives, but at half health. Mark is setting up to push him off of the wave, and experience being lost, plating being taken.
Keep your eyes on Ning, though. He has actually hopped over the wall into the Dragon Pit, waiting for that cooldown to hop back over so he doesn't get spotted.
Oh, but the trap! So Ning's still going to be walking in, but Mark now kiting his way out. Ning might still follow this up, gets the slow down, 1, 2, and 3. The numbers hit, and Baolan waiting for the dredge line. Mark is going to die, and Puff picks up the kill on this Callista. So there is a trade here for Invictus Gaming.
Such smart play from Ning, though, using the vision control on LGD's side to Ning's advantage, being able to play around what Peanut had picked up and doing it so well.
And this is what we talked about. IG are now attacking botters. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Lungxing onto the Shy, both level 5, waiting for that uppercut with the scissor legs. Lungxing walks away, but the Shy getting bullied already here by the ex-RNG top laner.
And now we got to look at how IG can try and capitalize on that advantage they picked up on bot side of the map. But
I love this game already. Xie pretty low. And you know what? You didn't get Fight Night in the regular season. I'm sorry to Munchables, but we're getting it now.
We definitely are. And this is actually super interesting because usually in this Twisted Fate matchup, you can push out fairly well. You're able to dodge away from those chains to keep yourself safe. But that hasn't been the case. Rookie's been doing such a good job of fighting against Xie every step of the way, but still finds himself at a little bit of a CS disadvantage. Also a mana advantage, which means now Xie off of his back can look to shove in that wave as he gets back to lane and look to have these impacts towards top side where Peanut and Mark are already situated.
I mean, Mark's just been sitting here while Peanut clears it out. Now with limited mana though and no blue buff available, but still Cougar form, as the Shy is level 6 and pacing himself in this lane. This is not a very the Shy thing to do, but here we go. Hookshot flashed into Hextech Ultimate under the turret. Langxing, a bit ambitious as Javelin Toss is dodged as well. The Shy might be going forward here. Dagda gets a bit more poke, and that was nicely avoided.
And now the Shy has the poke. He should actually be able to help out towards this Skull on the top side if they really want to, but
we don't
may not be the case. No.
This is great.
Welcome to the series, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we tried to call a Fight Night in the regular split.
Yeah. Ning going to be hovering here at least, just waiting for that skirmish to come through. Xie has 6, as you talked about, and heading towards the top side. One of the conditions you mentioned for LGD in this draft phase, will just scout it out, but not make the commitment yet.
And I think that's the way we need to see LGD play this, is actually try to split the map to a certain extent. Play towards Rift Heralds, play towards trying to get Langxing going in this top side of the map. Because when you look at the bottom side with Puff and Baolan, especially having picked up that early kill onto Puff, they will have full control of the bottom side.
Yep.
IG can go towards these early dragons, which, as we talked about, they love to go for. So I'd be very surprised if IG aren't able to stack up a couple of these dragons nice and early.
Cloud to kick off is nice for that extra 10%, especially on something like the Cannon, who's leading 10 CS in this top lane. The Shy, after the gank and the flash used and the ultimate too, is in a very good position. Already picked up one bit of turret plating, will be able to shove out this wave and look for another. Hookshot, wallshot, shows that Langxing's nearby. And Dagda, I have a quick stat for you before it gets busy again. The Shy, regular season, 4 games on this. Cannon has not dropped a single one. And towards the end of the season, what we saw is the Shy is returning to his form, his 2018 form as well.
Massively so, and especially when we see incredible plays on the likes of this Kennen as well. We've all seen the clip of him where he gets this massive ultimate. But
did I jinx it? Versus 2 now, as it's Destiny for Destiny. Rookie's coming on in. The Shy might die here. Ignite to tick down. One more bit of damage. He gets it down as Rookie looks to clean it up. The Chain Lash not available, and Xie walks out with the Corrupting Potion ticking down. Very good from LGD, though, to hit first.
And it's so important for LGD to get these kills rolling. Because they're a composition that's based around tempo, they need to be able to get these advantages early so they can put pressure on these side lanes, force IG to deal with them. Otherwise, IG can set up for these team fights where they are so much stronger.
But meanwhile, Rookie and Ning are going to be starting this off, considering that there were low health bars on Langxing and Xie after getting the kill. So Herald to be taken, and the Dragon you spoke about will be left for now. But notice, Rookie's actually going top side to push out the wave at the very least. The Shy has moved mid after this Herald take.
There's something really interesting about LGD, though. They are actually a team that has a super low Rift Herald control. They usually don't pick it up in their games. But they have the second highest first turret rate in the LPL.
Okay.
The reason that they go for this is actually trying to play around TP timings through Langxing. And if you look at the TP timings that are coming up, Langxing is going to have his up and available a little bit quicker, about the same time that Xie's is going to be up too. So there is an opportunity here for LGD to try and make a play in this bottom side, especially with how aggressive Puff and Baolan have been pushing in on this bottom lane.
As we know, a lot of the time it has been about attacking IG's bottom lane if you're looking for one of the weaknesses, but that has been shored up a bit as we've seen Puff and Baolan come together. The other one, of course, was attacking the Shy, which has worked successfully once.
And here's the timing that we were talking about in the Analyst Desk segment as well. First back coming through for Baolan, he goes straight towards those boots.
Yep. Has
gone for the Merc Threads because he meant to CC this here in LGD, which I think is a good call, but he still likes to move out onto the map. He'll start to group with Ning, as you can see now, getting vision onto the enemy side of the jungle and trying to make sure that he can actually have an impact where they keep the Shy and Rookie safe.
Because it is about that proximity as we talked about, right? Baolan gets his ulti, will be more impactful when he starts moving around with Ning. Let's also remember that for someone like Kramer in this bottom lane, we didn't really mention him and Mark and how they're playing this out. Being down in CS against the Kalista Nautilus, okay, that's fine. You're an Ezreal, you're stocking up on the Manamune. And Kramer's doing okay. The fact that he hasn't died is the nice bonus too.
Exactly. And I think when we look at LGD as well, obviously as you talk about that Ezreal stacking up, they have such a strong spike off of 2 items when you look at Peanut, Shie, and Kramer. But we got a bit more action towards this mid lane, although having been spot on the ward, we'll back off. The thing for Peanut, though, he can go for some of these like less expensive items like the Athene's Unholy Grail and spike a little bit harder in this mid game. Same time as Kramer, who also goes for the likes of Manamune and that Iceborne Gauntlet. So if you are looking for this 3-man unit of Peanut, Shie, and Kramer, they'll be hitting pretty hard around that 15-minute mark.
Lungxing's just walked into trouble. Hookshot, wallshot failed as Slicing Maelstrom flashed on top and Lungxing's just dead. Kill given over to Ning. Nicely done from the IG duo.
Incredibly well done by the IG duo. This was where I expected LGD to have much more of an impact, but Shie, only teleporting back to lane now, hasn't got an opportunity to use the Destiny towards that top side, and it's a perfect timing window for IG to shut down any opportunity of a play.
And drop that Herald as Shie's moving up. Rookie wants to steal the ulti before it comes. He's going into Fog of War as the gold card locks him down. Abscond Abducto will connect onto the Twisted Fate. Shie ready to duel this one, but has Peanut by his side, while Herald will get first turret. And you know what? Bit more gold in the Shy's pocket on this cannon has always been a good thing in the past.
And I love this adaptation from IG. In times past, they've almost exclusively put that Rift Herald in through mid lane. However, they understand in this game, what we need to do is keep Longxing as far back as possible, open up the Shy to make these plays, open up Rookie to make these plays, and the way we do that is pushing in these side lanes and making sure LGD aren't in a position to respond to our 5-man plays.
As we've seen, you know, Twisted Fates to play around the Camille lane, and if Shie can't do that, if Longxing's behind, then he's never that pushing threat that we've seen in the LPL, or a carry threat as well. LGD, though, dagged up. They're going bot. He talks.
Yeah, Ning is here as well, though. We'll just catch him out.
It has the ultimate available, but the Solar Flare locks him down. He has no chance to use it. Double TP from IG immediately, while Kramer is getting engaged on by the bottom lane. Puff gets the Ren, gets the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade with the re-engage, and the Solar Flare stolen. It's gone to duck. And Rookie kills Mark. Over the wall, though, Lungxing's joined in. And this is peak LPL. As Rookie dodges away. No! The Javelin Toss connects. The Hextech Gold made him as well. Puff ready to fight. And a gold card in hand. They hit Puff. He cleanses away. A wild card follows through. And the Slicing Maelstrom will get one. Only one. As Lungxing jumps in as well. It's so messy, but LGD take it all. IG style.
LGD come out on top in what was a game of inches. The tiniest of health bars and multiple members of LGD, but they just managed to squeeze out every drop of damage.
That's what you call playing the game better than the team you're playing against, the style you're playing with.
And this is playoff LGD. This is what we saw against WE.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted to see against IG, and they are playing out of their minds. Again, it's through Peanut and it's through Shie, the conductors of LGD.
And you know what? After that fight, Shie has decided he's that confident. 3-0 and 3. He's going to pick up a Magi spell stealer off of the already Dark Seal that he had in his inventory.
And this is something Shie does a lot. So what they actually tend to do is, in situations like this where Shie is on the Twisted Fate, is more actually plays a 5-man unit and use that Twisted Fate as a damage dealer. It's a really interesting style, and we get to see it later on, but we got to see that damage coming out here, where one quickly, the thing here, look how late Longxing is on his TP, so that's why LGD are kind of playing a little bit far back, waiting for that TP to finish, but when Longxing does come in, there is so much mechanical outplay in this. Rookie not quite able to dodge away from that spear. Longxing setting up here onto Bellland so he can get the follow-up, and it's just about getting people as sitting ducks so then you can have Peanut dish out the damage, because right now Peanut's actually churning out so much, and you can see those Triumph procs on Longxing playing dividends alongside the heals from Peanut.
They just work so well together in that fight, and props to Shie for his ability to outmaneuver the Shy in the end. We're back to live. We're at a 1.5k gold lead, and Ning trying to attack bot Kramer. Mystic shotting in, but isn't spotted out. Ning going to walk away anyway. And we might have a fight over this second dragon, which happens to be an Infernal, as IG is starting to group up.
I'd rather see LGD leave this. You've already got Longxing in a position in the top lane to take that turret. You do not need to fight over one dragon, and especially when you've just got away with murder on that last play, you're better off giving this over. Take home the goal that you have. Buy a Triforce for Longxing. Get yourself couple of those items already set up actually for Peanut, who's going towards this Rod of Ages. So they are looking a lot more towards that later game where Longxing's online, where Peanut can have that Rod of Ages stack, and Kramer can be that 3-4 items where he's able to deal with Puff in a 1.
But nice of IG right now to move straight up to this Rift Herald, considering that we have Longxing pushing up. We got Rookie making the move himself with Destiny. So Longxing backs away, Ning starts this off while Peanut invades in the bottom side, giving a bit more agency to people like Kramer. The Shy somehow, through mid, just going to push him off as well.
I also love how LGD are playing around Ning on this pin. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Fate's Call used. Alrighty. Very much an IG thing to do again.
Very much so. But this is what I wanted to talk about, was Ning is actually struggling to get a lot of his stacks towards his passive. We've had Longxing, who cleared out the Raptors, which was the last spawn camp. We've had Peanut, who's consistently been making sure he plays towards wherever those marks are spawning. So overall, Ning, you can see there, he's only had 1 mark so far in this game, which is not where you want to be as a Kindred 16 minutes into.
He was sitting on that about 5-6 minutes ago as well. First mark was taken off the Scuttle, and then nothing else has been gained as Peanut cleared out the Raptors moments ago. So that extra bit of range, not going to be given over to Ning. And you can also see the jungle difference in levels. Peanut is 2 levels over this Kindred. And remember, I laughed because Ning playing Kindred is hilarious considering he hasn't played it during the regular season. It does feel like throwing a bit of BM in the face of Peanut, his best champion throughout summer.
But it's also when we look at Ning, not all what we expect from him. We highlighted him as the person who facilitates the laners of IG. He plays the likes of Lee Sin for early ganks, the volley bear, Set, Trundle, tank.
I mean, he has the pocket pick Zac that I'm sure we'll see at some point.
Exactly, and that's the thing here, is that this is such a style at a left field for IG. It feels like they're not really getting to grips with how they should be actually playing a little bit more around Ning, and he's struggling as a result. I mean, even when we talked about Bao Lan, who likes to play with Ning, we haven't even seen that this game.
We really haven't. I also like the fact that we are looking at an LGD here in this first game that is very controlled after picking up that advantage. Not giving IG any more than an inch at this point. Ning getting choked out throughout his own bottom side jungle, which Peanut has been controlling for the past 3 or so minutes. And Shea alongside him, you can see in the bottom of your screen, bit of a highlight here. He's 1,500 gold up on Rookie and a level as well. Shea still 3-0-3. And Dagda, I think we're just going to have to wait for the next objective to be up at this point, unless IG can get a pick.
This is going to be an objective, though, that IG are dying to fight LGD.
Yep.
Look at the items that we have completed. Hextech, Protobelt, and an Oblivion Orb already for the Shy. Puff has got his Blade of the Rune King. You've got that GLP for Rookie in the mid. They are hitting super hard towards those power spikes right now. And LGD need to at least be wary of approaching the likes of this Dragon or even the next Rift Herald that's going to spawn. Or sorry, the Rift Herald's already taken.
Big old Baz coming up in 2 minutes. Even bigger. Shelly's father. Maybe no gender, who knows. What is Baron? Imagine waking up looking like that. Unfortunate.
Honestly, I kind of do after a few pints. So.
Yeah. you shout, you throw tentacles at people as well, you get angry.
Yeah.
That's true, except they're beer cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while you get the first lull in this game 1, I guarantee it will not happen for long. Already, we got the partial fight night that we wanted to see, that we expected to see. And just quickly, I mentioned in champs like Dagda that Maizijan, who is the coach, the head coach of LGD, if you remember in the past, known as Pokemon, he was actually on the IG roster, funnily enough. He, back in 2014, he played with IG in NEST tournaments. He's in the LPL squad of 2015, and he actually played with Rookie. It was when it was Rookie's Atai as a flex top mid laner, if we all remember. Kid and Kitties in the bottom lane. Cacao was in this roster as well. But a very experienced person in his own right, and part of the drafting help that's come through from LGD, because we do complement their drafts quite a lot. We do often talk about how it comes together and how each player has very unique roles within the team environment.
I'm going to hold off on following up just because I'm looking at this Ocean Dragon, spotting how both these sides are setting up. You've got a little bit of a late back coming in from Kramer, but he has finished off that Manamune and picked up that Executioner's Calling, which is going to be so crucial against the likes of the healing from Rookie, even from Ning, and Puff to a certain extent as well. Okay. So LGD are pretty strong right now if they want to try and fight against IG, but the way that they want to do so is trying to land a bit of poke from Peanut and trying to play at range. But with Longxing already whacking away at this turret in the top side, they may just forego trying to fight over this.
Herald gets charged through mid there as well, as we saw, as Kramer's ulti actually going to be stolen by Rookie for the extra poke while Lungxing gets the turret topside. 4K gold lead here for LGD at 20 minutes into the game. The Shy moving down with Cleanse in hand. Dragon started with Destiny used, and Rookie poked down to half, flashing forward his mark for the engage, and the flank from Lungxing with a teleport used sets up the ultimatum. Baolan, the next victim. IG are wiped. The Shy has to look on as everyone gets obliterated.
Where'd they go? That was a magic trick that LGD just pulled. Blink and you miss it. IG disappear off your screens off a fantastic poke from Peanut Kramer.
Shie's fast. He used the ghost, and the Shy's now in the middle of this. He tried to run away as he cleanses through. The slicing Maelstrom not enough. The Ace, the Baron, all there.
And this is LGD in prime position. This is the LGD that we've expected when we saw the caliber of players that joined this team in summer, but not just wiping the floor with IG in game number 1.
This is going to be a 7.5k gold lead. Lungxing is still beating down turrets. The Baron is going to enhance this game 1. And in 21 minutes, LGD are spanking the former world champions.
And this was so well played. Look, Mark, he does struggle with solo players sometimes, but either way, it's all about corralling IG back into Lungxing's waiting hands. Rookie does get a heal off thanks to Kingslayer, nowhere near enough, and you just disintegrate IG health bars before your very eyes.
RNG fans are like, where was this Lungxing? Here's the answer for you. He's enabled on this roster. Lungxing is playing some of his best League of Legends, whether it's on Ornn or the Camille. 2-1-6 here doesn't do enough justice. And Lungxing right now really filling in any gaps of the rest of LGD. And you have to say at this point, it looks so hard for IG to have a say with how this game 1 has gone.
Especially when you look at the items that have been completed on LGD side. Lungxing has a fully completed Ravenous Hydra. This is where Camille takes over against everyone. This is why you pick this champion for this 2-item spike and the side lane pressure it creates with it. You've got 4 kills on towards Xie. He's got that Lich Bane very quickly underway where he becomes a side lane menace as well. And trying to get on towards Peanut and Kramer is going to be nigh on impossible for IG.
Yeah, moving to the bottom side with gold card in hand. The gold difference on your screen there by about 3,000 between him and Rookie. And Rookie had a decent start to this game, but it's just been overshadowed by Xie in these fights. As the Shy's heading on in, TP being burned. The flash onto Xie is matched nicely as Rookie has Solar Flare in hand with the Abscond Abduct. He's running forward. Solar Flare layers down. Xie might be called out. The hose there for the pick, but they've used so much. Even the Fate's call. They're losing mid. They're losing top. Xie demands 5, while LGD with the Baron buff are going to break the base.
And Lungxing is pushing in top as well. They're at least going to get 2 towers on top of this. Oh, not quite able to hit multiple members, but at least stops Ning's back, which secures themselves these towers.
And Kramer to take this down. Well played by LGD. Xie shouts worth it all, chat. 10k. Now the gold difference. Rookie, well...
Turn away. Look away. Nobody saw. Nobody saw. Nobody saw. It's okay.
That's something. Peanut close to getting the back here on Ning, but close is no cigar at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, LGD are flourishing, and this is even better than the performance we saw against WE.
But these are the plays that IG have to try and make. They have to... Oh, hold on.
All right, well, Baolan at half health. He's going to use a depth charge. It's lesser members on LGD. We're waiting for Xie to come in, but he doesn't have the ulti, so it is going to be Mark trying to survive through Peanut's ulti rather than Ning's, excuse me. Is Baolan getting targeted on the back line. Kramer takes him down. Puff runs into the middle, but Kramer's bigger. And IG can't do anything at this point. Give a triple to the least talked about member and run it down mid to give yourselves a game 1 as Lungxing flashes on top of Ning. He's without ulti, without hope, without flash as he's heading towards the fountain, and that hook shot, wall shot sends Ning right back where he belongs.
And now LGD cracking open that mid inhibitor will look to take down these Nexus turrets along with it.
Lungxing doesn't care about this turret. It's soon to drop. LGD in 24-minute fashion absolutely wipe Invictus Gaming. This was by far their best game of the summer split.
Where was this LGD? Whatever the hell playoffs porridge they've eaten this morning has been absolutely incredible. LGD, both in their WE series. Now we're seeing Invictus.